Welcome to another episode of Women in Focus. Our Women in Focus today belongs to the teaching profession and is here from Edmonton visiting. So the minute I found out that she's here, I decided to call her and bring her into the program. Her name is Leena Verma, and she is our Woman in Focus today. Leena ji, you're most welcome in our program. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me for this wonderful interview. I appreciate for that, and thank you for that.
You're welcome. So I understand you were a principal in India.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about that? How did you get into the teaching profession?
Basically, teaching is my passion, and you can say it's a generic too. My mom retired as a principal.
Oh.
My granddad retired as a principal. Beside that, I was having a passion for the children. When I was very young, even neighborhood kids, they used to come to me, and I used to take care of them a lot. And then I started my journey as soon as I completed my bachelor in education.
Okay.
Even I was not married at that time. I started in a private school. Then I got married in 1994, and I dropped that 1 year. And after that, again, I started as a teacher.
Right.
As a nursery teacher, I started my journey.
Oh, I see. As when you say nursery, that means not even grade one.
Not even a grade one, nursery teacher over there. And then from there is a lots of development in my career. I then started teaching as an English lecturer in a senior secondary school.
Okay.
Then I was a principal for 4 years in a senior secondary school.
Wow. And this is where in India?
It's in India, near to Chandigarh, Punjab. And as a principal, it's a very interesting story. I was working as a teacher in a DAV school for 10 years. DAV school.
Okay.
Then I got an opportunity from a manager of my DAV school. He opened his own school. So he gave me opportunity to be a principal over there. And then I started as a principal journey over there.
Now, in my mind, principals are people who have it made in life. They don't have to do anything. They just have to sit in an office and look around and see if everybody's working or not. Is that how what a principal is?
Basically, it's not like that. It's a principal because then lots of future, they look at you. The parents, the teachers, they look at you. So it's a more responsible job to take care of them.
So do the principals then have the responsibility of deciding what curriculum or which way you will take the school?
Yes, this is so like I'm telling you, like my journey, I started as a principal of a small school, and from there was a vacancy of a big school where I retired as a principal. Not a retired, I just gave a resignation before I came here.
To Canada. That's another story.
That's another story. But here is a twist in my career. And I was sitting in my office, and then my husband Harsh, who is the backbone of my career or my life. And then he called me, Leena, there is a vacancy of a principalship. I said, no, I'm okay here. Because once you are settled in your comfortable zone, it's hard to come out. So I said, no, Harsh, I'm okay here. No. He said, you have to come for the interview. There is an interview. I will drive you. I said, okay. So when I went there was more than 130 candidates were there as a principal.
Wow.
So I was a little bit nervous. I said, and then I just walked away. And then her said, no, you have to sit here. I'm not saying you have to join, but face the interview.
That's right.
So, and then, okay, so I cleared first round, and then the second round, and third round, I was selected as a principal
out of those 130.
Yes, out of 130.
Isn't that just beautiful?
It was a very beautiful kind of a moment for me. And then her said, and then again, I said, you said don't go. It's just to pass the interview. And then I said, I passed the interview. I'm okay. I'm going back. He said, no, let's go and there. And it was a beautiful school. I must say that it was a Guru Gobind Singh Vidya Mandir school there. And there was, when I joined, just 250 kids were there.
Right.
And there is a huge big school, and there was lots of challenges there.
Right.
And I worked there for 4 years. When I gave resignation, there were 1,850 children were
From
there.
250?
250 to 1,850.
Wow.
Yeah. I must say that it was not a challenging, it was kind of my passion, and I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to, I don't want to stay at one place. I want to keep going and keep going.
So advance yourself,
Yeah.
right?
And it was adventurous, you can say. I just called all the parents within 10 days or 15 days.
Yeah.
I just called them, talked to them, listen their problems, what do they want from the school, not from the principal, from the school. And then slowly, everybody, oh, there is a new principal in a school, there is a new principal, we want to go to that school. And it was blessed by the grace of the Babaji who was running that school.
Of course,
that
of
I
course.
must say that.
So are all the schools in India private schools, or are they government schools as well? And what is the difference between both of them?
It's both. Nowadays, it's a difference, kind of, it's not that much difference, government school and the private school. But private is more kind of, it's expensive though, but it's more nurtured. There is the cream, those who can afford, and those, they come there. But it's sad on the other part too, if it is in all these facilities in government school, so I think private should not be there.
Yeah, they should be, like the government has to look into education of its people, right?
Even they should give all those kind of facilities
Yeah.
in the government schools too.
Do you think that's going to happen in India?
It's going now. It's getting better now.
Yeah.
It's getting better now. Oh yeah.
Much
that
better.
I must say, much better there.
So when did you leave? When did you give your resignation? I mean, you're not retiring age person.
No, no.
So you resigned to come to Canada.
I resigned to come. There is another story.
Okay, so I want you to hold on to that story.
Yeah.
Because I want to take a short commercial break and come back and
Sure.
ask you that story, because it seems like that's going to be a little
I have
twist.
lots of stories.
Well, I don't expect any less from you. Being a principal of the school, you probably have to talk a lot.
With every incident or everything, I have a story behind that.
Beautiful. I love that kind of interview. Leena Verma is our Woman in Focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Women in Focus. Our Woman in Focus today is Leena Verma. So, Leena ji, you decided that, you wanted to leave and come to Canada. And what was in Canada that you wanted to come to?
Basically,
another adventure?
Another adventure. I didn't want to come to Canada, but when I was a principal, there was one physical education lecturer who was very close to me.
Right.
She decided to come here, and then we have a family relation. And then she talked to Harsh, my husband. He said, let's go apply. She came to my office.
Right.
Ma'am, there is one kind of program there where we can go and apply. I said, no, I'm very much happy here. I don't want to go there. So, and then, but then she talked to my husband, Harsh, and they applied. They didn't tell me. They applied all the application. Everything was done.
Yeah.
And I got my visa within 6 months.
Because of your education and because of the need over here.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to your childhood a little bit, because you mentioned that your mother was a principal and that your grandfather was also in education system. So you come from a family. Usually people in the West think that Indian women, are homemakers. They do not have a profession, which is not true. Even homemaking is a profession too.
Oh yeah, that's
they work, in fact, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So your family believed in educating the daughters.
Yes.
And so how many in a family with your mom and dad? You said you have a brother, right?
I have a brother too.
So only two of you.
You two of us.
Yeah. So mom and dad both wanted that both of you should study, go for higher education?
Yes.
And what does your brother do?
My brother, he went for engineering, and then nowadays he runs his own business. But as far as myself was concerned, I was not ready for the teaching in the beginning.
Right.
But my mom said, this is a good profession, you should go for that.
Right.
I wanted to pursue my master's, but she said, no, go for education first, bachelor in education.
Right.
I did that, then I got married. And after that, I did my master's in education and master's in...
after marriage?
After marriage. So master's in history, I did that after that.
So you married a guy who believed in letting you go?
Yes.
And how did you meet him?
First of all, whatever I am today, I'm just because of him.
Really? That's very sweet of you to say that.
Just because of him. Because he's the guy I remember. There is another story.
Okay.
Should I tell?
Yes, yes.
So I'll just quickly, when we got engaged, it was an arranged marriage.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I was engaged.
Okay, hold on. He came to see you, and did you have to bring the tray of
Not the tray, but I just went. Just went, and then we saw each other, and then parents decided, and then they told us. And it was not back of the time, it was not that you need some time to meet each other and then decide. No, we decided right away. And
That's it?
That's it.
You
We
just
met
saw-
first time, and then we decided right away. After 15 days, there was a roka ceremony, but we have a time of almost 7 months to get married.
Ah.
Yeah. But
That's
it was the
interesting.
decision after 15 days, okay, it's done.
So what
It's
is
done.
it about him that you liked?
I don't know. I have no idea at that time. I liked him. He
Yes.
was well educated.
Yeah.
Family is good. These things we used to see in that back of the time.
Okay. Is the family good? Is the guy
Yes.
educated?
Guy is
Is he
educated, doing good
decent?
job.
Doing
That's
a
it.
good job? Will he be able to support our daughter?
Yes, that's it.
etc. etc. So you got married, and you told him that you wanted to go for higher education.
I didn't tell anything. He pushed me.
Oh.
He pushed me for everything. So there was a clerical exam for the High Court. He gave me the typewriter at my home.
Yes.
And then he accompanied, before marriage I'm talking about, and then he gave me the company to go for the exam.
Right.
But anyhow, I couldn't pass that exam. I have that letter still we used to write the letters.
Right,
At the
right.
time, phone was not in that
Of
much
course,
fashion.
yes.
We used to write the letters. Every week he used to give me full chocolates, cards, letters. So I have that letter still with me, and then in that letter he wrote, "Leena, don't worry, you are not meant for the clerical position. You are meant for the gusted position."
Wow. Isn't that just such a beautiful, warm-hearted story?
Yeah.
So, so were you living in a
Together, joint family.
Joint family.
Joint family means my mother-in-law, father-in-law, we were living with
them.
I don't say they are living with me.
Yeah.
We were living with them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And
my
then-
mother-in-law, she was now both passed away. Even
Yeah.
my parents passed away. My mother-in-law also helped me a lot. She used to do lots of things for me, morning tea, bed tea for me, and
Oh,
then just
sweet.
giving a voice, "Leena, it's a time to wake up." When I was doing my post-graduation, I was doing job. I was taking care of my children, 2 children I have. And at that time, when I was, after finishing my whole task, I was close my door and then doing my studies. So when she get bored, she opened the door and then she say, "Leena, can I talk to you for 1 minute?" I said, "Okay, I'm getting bored. That's why I just want to talk and say hi to you." So she supported me a lot too.
That's
so
nice.
that's means I am blessed with that family.
Which is very, very nice. And you know, when you get the support of your family,
It's more important.
and it is very important.
Yeah.
I want to take a very short commercial break and come back
Sure.
and talk to you about your life here.
Okay.
Welcome back to Women in Focus. Our woman in focus today is Leena Verma. And who named you?
My mom. Again a story. So when I was born, my mom gave me the name Lakshmi, and then my mom, as she was a teacher at that time, and
Right.
mom's friend came. Oh, Lakshmi is a very old name.
acha.
And at that time, Leena Chandravarkar was very famous.
Yes.
Have you heard?
Yes.
So
She
Leena
married Kishore Kumar.
Yeah. So Leena was very famous at that time, and then from there my mom's friend gave me basically that name, Leena.
Ah, lovely. So we were talking about your husband, your mother-in-law helping you out, and you had 2 kids now. Both your children, do you have daughters, sons?
Daughter. I have 1 son. He's 28 years.
Yes.
And he is doing car dealership, and he's a general manager there.
Acha.
He's also about, if I can talk about my son.
Yes.
So my son, even he was very small, he's very responsible. at that time he was very responsible. Till now he is very responsible.
Very nice.
So I can say I was a pampered granddaughter. I was a pampered girl, daughter, then granddaughter, pampered wife, and now I am a pampered mom.
Mother, and you
Mom.
soon will be a mother-in-law.
I am looking a daughter from here, if I can say. I'm looking a daughter-in-law, not daughter-in-law, daughter, yeah.
For your son.
For my son, yeah.
So when your friend decided that you guys are going to come to Canada, and you guys got the visas, how was that for you?
It was very good, but it was very hard for me to leave my job because that was my passion. And my directors, they were from England, and then they flew from there. And then they said, Leena, we can give you 1 year leave if you want to. Don't give the resignation.
I see.
So
just
if
go
you
and
don't,
try.
go and try. And if you don't like, so your job is there. Then I said, no, I don't want to go in that way to see my back, because then it's going to be very hard for me. Because if I say I have a very good job here, it's going to be hard for me to struggle or to, do everything. So I said, no, I will resign. And I still respect their decision that they give me a chance, but I resigned from there. So in 2011, we came here as
Canada.
a permanent resident, all 4 of us.
Oh, wow. And why did you choose Edmonton?
Again, there is one, like my friend's brother was here in Edmonton. He came over there. So we just had a little bit chat at that time. So that's the only reason we came to Edmonton.
Oh, somebody you knew there.
Somebody knew there.
Which is always good to.
Yeah. Even just when I met with him, I said, how is in Canada? And then he said, it's beautiful, but decision is yours. I said, what is going to be worse there? And then he said, maybe you have to clean the utensils in a restaurant. Are you ready for that? I said, yeah, I'm ready for that. If I have to survive, then I'm ready for that. Then he said, success is yours. If you come with this mentality that you can do whatever you want, you have to do.
Right.
So then success is yours.
That's beautiful. It's a fantastic way of looking at it, right?
Yes.
When you're changing your life, going to another place, you can't just think, I'm a principal, I'm going to get a job as a principal there. So did you try to get into the education system?
Yeah, I tried. Even I did my certification, and then they told me you have to do little bit courses. But then I want to be the boss of my own.
Of course.
So I started my journey as a daycare provider after 10 days. No, even not after 10 days. After 1 or 2 days, there was one of my husband's friend. They have their construction business here. They came to us, and then he drove me to the office. They took my interview. He said, you are selected, and then you have to do this like a receptionist job kind of thing.
Right.
So when I came here, I was kind of confused whether I should choose this because it's not of my passion.
Right.
I worked so long with children only, so I want to work with the children. And then Harsh again said, okay, no hurry, no rush. You just take a deep breath and decide whatever you want to do. So I said, then I called them and I said, sorry, I can't join you. So after 10 days, I went for the interview. I went to pass my resumes to all the daycares.
Right.
And then I got selected first day.
Very nice.
First day I got selected. So I worked 3 years as a daycare supervisor.
Okay.
And after 3 years, in 2014, I opened first daycare.
What do you mean by first? Do you have more than one?
I have around 7 daycares.
7 daycares now?
7 daycares.
Wow, so that's your business?
That's my business now.
What
so
is it
I'm
called?
a businesswoman now.
You're a businesswoman now.
Yeah, and my husband is with me. So when we started with my friend, we started our first daycare. And after 2 months, I told Harsh, I need you. Because for all administrative work, I'm good in management.
Right.
I'm good with the kids, I'm good with the parents. But for the the office dealings, I'm not good in that.
Right.
So then he resigned his job and then he joined us.
That's beautiful.
So the time we are together.
What is your daycare called?
I have lots of daycares.
Right. So all of them with different names?
With the different names. With the different names. The first name I would say that the Mother's Pride Daycare.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
So in a daycare, what age groups do you look after?
It's from newborns to 12 years of age.
Newborn?
Newborn, yeah. I was having one child. She was just 3 weeks old.
Wow.
And it's lovely experience. Lovely experience, yeah.
So do you have to, how many people do you employ then?
Altogether, I have around 70 people.
Oh, wow.
Around 70
70.
people. 70.
And in different daycares?
In different daycares,
and
yeah.
obviously, are they, so what time to what time do kids come to
We
you?
are open from 7 to 6 because parents, those who go for job, they drop by 7 o'clock. And according to their schedule, they drop their kids.
So what do you have to do in a daycare? I know when my son was born, I would leave him with people who would look after him, but not a registered daycare.
Yeah. So daycare is basically what we should say that it's not just a babysitting, it's beyond that. It's early childhood education, which is more important. Early years for the kids, they are very important. How you nourish them, how you educate them. It's not just a paper ABC education, it's more than that. You have to teach them through playway method all the time. They are with you. You do have lots of experience, science experience, gross motor experience. All the time you are engaging with the kids. So it's a wonderful experience working with the children. And it's a regulatory industry.
It is, isn't
so
it?
So you have to maintain all the regulations.
Right.
That is the most important part.
So you were visiting Vancouver and you're going back now.
Say that, whatever you do job, right? Because you have to survive, right? You need money for that one. For everyone works for the money. I work for the money too.
Right.
But number one is my passion. I want to work for the children because I love them.
And that's the future.
That's a future, and I really love them. I can't live without kids. Even sometimes it's not like you said, principal just sitting in office. No, you have to work. Even if if I go to India, I visit my school. Even my directors, they kind of arrange lots of things for me, huge lunch and snacks. But they keep calling me. But I'm all the time surrounding all the floors. I go, talk to the kids, meet with the teachers, and then, oh, you are the principal. I heard about you. So because I want to talk with the children.
There you go. It's something that you are very passionate about.
Yeah.
I am so glad that you and I got an opportunity to talk.
Oh, it's my pleasure too. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much for being our Woman in Focus today.
No, it's my pleasure for that.
Leena Verma has been our Woman in Focus today. Don't go away. We'll be right back.